Once you start the carnivore diet, once you're adjusted, once you got the hang of it and you can stay committed, fat loss, weight loss will happen inevitably, eventually, and over time. Now I have gotten a lot of questions on this topic. Stalls, plateauing, how to get through one, how to get past plateau. So I am just assuming that you guys are referring to a weight plateau, a weight stall, where you're not losing weight for a certain amount of time, you're staying the same, but you want to lose more weight. So here is what I have to say to those questions. First, a few things. First, make sure that you are actually eating enough. As contradictory as that may sound, if you're not eating enough, if you're withholding the food and the amount of food that your body needs, your body could actually go into starvation mode. And even though it's just a mild starvation mode, it is going to stall your weight loss progress. So first, check if you're eating enough. Now, how does a lady or a gentleman check if they're eating enough? Increase your food intake, increase your fat or meat intake, and see how your energy is. See how you're feeling overall. Do you suddenly feel like you have a surge of energy? Do you suddenly feel much better or more alert, more awake? Then that just goes to show that your body needs more food. Once your body feels satiated, once it feels fueled up with enough meat and food, your weight loss should keep progressing. Another thing, start working out, start moving a little bit more. Some activity will always speed up your metabolism. Weight training is excellent for women and men to start building more muscle mass, to increase bone density. Once that happens, your weight loss will progress. And one last thing, just because your weight is stalling doesn't mean that something is wrong with your diet or something is wrong with what you're doing within the carnivore diet. Sometimes your body may be using some extra energy to fend off an infection or to heal your metabolism, or maybe your body is spending some time to heal something within your immune system. Sometimes it's something that is going on within your body that you can't really see. So I wouldn't really worry too much if the plateau is going on for a temporary amount of time. Maybe your body is going through a mild state of insulin resistance. I would never ever resort to counting calories or going back to a life of restricting or just a mild starvation mode of eating just to start losing weight again. That is never going to serve you well long term. Yes, you may lose a few pounds, maybe the number on the scale will go down, but you are not going to be getting healthier long term. So again, I actually don't really promote measuring your weight, stepping on a scale every morning, because a woman's body especially fluctuates in weight daily, especially when you're going through your cycle, your period. Your body is fluctuating at all times of the day. There's nothing wrong to wanting to lose weight, to look better, to feel more confident in your body, but please don't try to use the carnivore diet purely to get thin, purely to lose weight. You guys all are adults. You guys can make your own decisions. I'm not here to force you to do this or that, but I really do believe that it will be much harder to commit to the carnivore diet if the only reason you're doing it is to lose weight. Can dairy stall weight loss? Yes, it can, but of course it depends on the person. However, most people will agree with me that dairy will stall weight loss, if not induce weight gain. So do be careful if you drink dairy, if you eat dairy products. I would say the only exception is butter. If you love your butter, that should not be causing any weight gain, okay? If you can get your hands on raw dairy, that may also be a different story. However, you guys should experiment around dairy products like milk, yogurt, cheeses, and see how your body feels and reacts to it. I just know from personal experience that cheese is so addicting for me, and that once I start eating delicious raw cheese, I really can't stop. I want more, I crave it, and it kind of messes up my hunger signals. So I try to treat myself to dairy maybe once or twice a month, just to indulge and enjoy. Cravings and how to stay on track. Now, cravings I will not be addressing in this video just because I have a lot of in-depth videos just addressing the topic of sugar cravings, cravings in general, how to fight, conquer, destroy, demolish cravings, and I will link all of those down below in the description box, or it will be over here. Oh, and just quick break. If you enjoy what you're watching so far in this video, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. Do I need to fast 36 hours to get fat loss? Or should I do OMAD or 2MAD? Okay, you don't have to follow any type of fasting regime for weight loss, for fat loss. I promise you, once you start the carnivore diet, once you're adjusted, once you got the hang of it and you can stay committed, fat loss, weight loss will happen inevitably, eventually, and over time. So it doesn't require following my fasting routine, OMAD. It doesn't require doing a 2 meals a day routine. Heck, you can eat whenever you want and you still will lose weight over time. It's just a matter of patience, commitment, and not being obsessive and stressed over your weight. I ate more fat, but I just gained more weight. I don't feel satiated except if I overeat. Look, just because you gain a few pounds does not mean that what you're eating, what you're doing is not right, is wrong, it's incorrect, it's horrible, it is ruining your goals and progress. A few pounds of weight gain should not be a sudden sign that you're not doing the right thing. So when you are making changes to what you're eating on the carnivore diet, I really recommend that you focus on how you're feeling rather how you're looking or how clothes are fitting or what the number on the scale is. I really recommend during this whole adaptation phase on the carnivore diet, especially if you're new, I recommend you put away your scale. I recommend you stop obsessing over your body image. Start focusing on how you're feeling. Because if I were to have that mindset when I first went carnivore, I would have quit immediately. I started gaining weight within the first few weeks, and I continued to gain weight from day 1 to month 6. Okay, so looking back, like everyone says, hindsight is 2020. Looking back, I am so thankful I just let my body do its thing. I'm so thankful I didn't panic over the 25 pounds of weight gain. And I'm so thankful for that because look, I've lost all of that weight and more, and I feel so good. I felt good from day 1 and I still feel good now. So that's why I really would love for you guys to prioritize how you're feeling. If eating a little bit more fat or a lot more fat suddenly helps you stop craving junk and sugar and desserts and gives you more energy and a boost of mood, then you're on the right track. You're doing something right. If that comes with a few pounds of weight gain, I really don't think that's an issue at all. Over time, I promise you, your weight will start dropping. I actually struggle with not being able to gain weight. Wow, what a refreshing comment. What a great question. Finally, I can talk about weight not as something to lose, but something to gain. So that's the thing, guys. There are people out there in this world who needs to gain weight, who struggle with gaining weight. Like I mentioned, dairy sometimes induces weight gain. So why not? Go to town with dairy, guys. Drink some raw milk, eat more yogurt, eat more cheeses that you love. Raw cheese like Parmigiano Reggiano is some of the best cheese that you could feed your body. So go to town with cheese. That will really help with maintaining, if not gaining weight for you. Other ways is eating more frequently, smaller meals, more frequent. Stay prepared. Let's say you're gonna have a long day at work or at school, or you're gonna be out and about. Make sure you pack a lot of carnivore snacks, beef jerky, pork rind chips, hard-boiled eggs. Heck, cut up steaks. That's what I did when I went to Juilliard last year. I was still adjusting to carnivore. I would pack Ziploc bags of chilled boiled eggs or cut up steak that I already cooked, chuck it in a Ziploc bag, snack on it whenever I'm hungry, and look, I'm doing fine today. And if you want to gain weight, I would say that's a great way to make sure that your body is never burning too much fat, burning too much energy. Still fluctuating almost 6 months in carnivore. Gained weight and struggle to lose compared to keto. Okay, so, I don't have any experience on a keto diet because when I started carnivore diet, I just went all in with meat, no blends of, some veggies here and there with meat. I just did all meat. So I think it's mostly your body just adjusting. It's okay because your body is still getting used to digesting all this heavy protein and so much fat with absolutely no carbs, no fiber. So I would really just stick to it, give it some time. I first want to tell you that weight fluctuates all the time. It is a healthy and very normal thing. The body weight fluctuates throughout the month, throughout just the day. So since you're female, I'm guessing you have a regular period. You have a menstrual cycle that is regular and healthy, which is already a huge indicator that your body is healthy. A scale is never an indicator about how well you're doing, how your health is going. I would, again, focus on how you're feeling throughout the day. How is your energy? How is your mood? And how are you sleeping? Are you sleeping enough? These are all questions that you should be asking yourself rather than panicking over a few fluctuations in weight. If you lost weight on carnivore, did that take a while? I really enjoyed the diet. I'm glad you're enjoying the diet. I love living this lifestyle where I can just know exactly what I'm going to eat every day and feel so great. And yes, I did lose weight on this diet after I gained 25 pounds. So 6 months of 25 pounds of weight gain, gradual. And after the 6 months, I started seeing some weight loss. Very minimal, very gradual. I almost didn't really notice it because I already was over the obsession of weight. So I was just living my life, trying to be productive at school, trying to just enjoy life, hang out with friends, this and that, whatever, daily life. And I noticed by the end of the year, after 1 full year, I noticed that my weight was actually very stable. I noticed that my clothes were starting to fit a little bit looser. It was a noticeable change. So I would say after a year, I started to notice like big changes in my weight, in my body, in my shape, and in how my clothes fit. I never really was obsessed with weighing myself on the scale, but visually, like in front of the mirror and putting on clothes, I started noticing quite a big change after a whole year. Hair loss. Okay, so I'm guessing hair loss induced by weight loss. If you're losing hair and you're, trying to achieve weight loss, that probably is a sign that you're losing weight a little too fast, that you're maybe pushing the weight loss a little bit too intensely. So if you're kind of counting calories or if you're trying to fast a certain number of hours every day and you're losing a lot of hair in the shower or brushing your hair, that could be a sign that your body is a little bit stressed out. So I would take a few steps back and just focus on eating until satiation and just focus on eating more fat, eating organs, and eating whenever hungry. So hair loss could also be improved by not eating egg whites raw. So this is why I love my egg pudding, because it's a steamed egg that is not raw but perfectly steamed to the point where it's not overcooked. You can also make my egg pudding with egg yolks only. I see a lot of people do that. And you can also just not eat eggs. Try omitting eggs out of your diet and see how that affects your hair loss. And do keep in mind that hair loss improvement won't happen until weeks later. So you can't be like, oh, I'm not losing hair today, something worked. You have to really give some time, like at least 2 weeks, to see any noticeable improvements or differences in your hair. I cut out dairy, but my stomach has been getting a lot chubbier on this way of eating. So if you're making any like drastic or small changes to your diet, omitting something, adding in something, I would truly wait at least 2 weeks before evaluating or concluding whether or not it's working for you or whether or not it's not working for you. I know it's really easy to prematurely conclude things or desire for quick results, but I would really give it 2 weeks before really concluding whether or not it's working. So if you're omitting dairy and let's say it has been 2 weeks at least and you're still seeing noticeable gain in your body, your stomach area, then I would just try to eat more minimal variety. So I actually believe the elimination diet style for carnivore is one of the best ways to eat. So what I mean is only eat beef, only eat butter, okay? If that is too crazy simple and not enough variety, beef, butter, eggs, and you should be seeing more progress. You should be seeing a little bit more of a push in your weight loss goals. This is what I do, actually. I eat as much beef, as much butter, and eggs, and that's it. Twice a month, once a month, I'll incorporate some raw fatty salmon with raw liver about once every other day, or sometimes once every 2-3 days. So that's pretty much my diet, and I see great results. I see consistent results with that variety. Should I be fasting to lose weight? You don't have to. Honestly, the carnivore diet is a natural way of fasting. If you're doing the carnivore diet right, where you're truly eating enough fatty meats, enough fat, and enough organs, your body is naturally going to feel so satiated that it's not going to want to eat until the next time it's hungry. And over time, that window of not feeling hungry is going to get longer and longer and longer, and naturally, you'll find that you're doing intermittent fasting. Are you currently exercising? So I walk, brisk walk, light jog with Simba every day, 1 hour at least per day, and I consider that my exercise. However, whenever I can, I do enjoy a good session of Pilates, and I do really want to get back into the gym for some light weight training, so that is on the checklist. Gained 3 to 4 pounds when I started carnivore within 4 to 5 days. And I feel so nauseous. Why? So some weight gain when first starting carnivore is completely normal. When you're starting a new diet, or when you're all of a sudden eating more foods and omitting other foods, your body is adjusting. The adjustment period will probably include a lot of fluctuations in weight, and if you're feeling nauseous, then eat less fat. But honestly, I feel like eating more fat will always reap more benefits. You'll be able to fight off sugar cravings more effectively and quicker, and you're going to be able to feel satiated for longer periods of time. So again, I would just stay committed, give it some more time. 3, 4, 5 days is too soon to tell if you're doing well, if you're going to lose weight. Would you recommend a calorie deficit when doing carnivore? Stalled for 4 months. So I don't recommend any calorie deficit, honestly. If I really was desperate to just get over a plateau that has been prolonged for that long, I would just increase my activity, my exercise. Instead of trying to decrease the amount of food you're eating, I would try to go take a longer walk, or take more walks, or do some type of light activity that you could enjoy. No, you don't have to stress your body out and work out in the gym hours a day in order to lose weight. I would always do an approach where it's long-term, healthy, gradual. So maybe lightly increase activity while maintaining the amount of food you're eating, but I would never restrict or count calories. Hello, beautiful. I was just wondering if the weight gain from working out will last long. So firstly, I'm questioning if the weight gain you're getting from working out is just a gain in muscle mass. As you all know, when your body composition is changing, let's say you're losing fat, you probably are also gaining muscle mass. And that's what happens a lot with women who start the carnivore diet. When you're eating only fat and protein and 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 refined processed grains and gluten, your body is dramatically going to be using its own fat for energy. If you're noticing weight gain on the scale, it could very likely mean that your body is just gaining more muscle and losing the fat. You're leaning up and you're toning up. That is a great thing, ladies. What did you see in your blood panel test? Things we should be aware of? So I do have a video where I share with you my blood test results, and I get to compare it with my old vegan blood test results. So you can again go to the description box and watch that video, or click right here. I'll link it right here. How did you know how much fat to include in your daily consumption of food? So I don't ever measure how much fat or protein I eat per day. I honestly just go with what my body craves. So let's say I know that I'll eat at least 2 pounds of ground beef today. Then I'll make sure I take out a whole stick of frozen butter to munch on with the ground beef. I may finish that whole stick, or I may not. I may only eat 1 bite. Every day it's different, and I'm always prepared to just feed my body whatever it's craving at that meal. So in other words, I would just recommend you guys to just eat what your body craves. If your body is craving different amounts of fat or protein day by day, that's not an issue that you should be worried about. Did you track calories when you switched to carnivore? Nope, not once, and I never will. I feel like sugar cravings are so hard to fight. I feel like that too, and I know it was for me, but I have a whole playlist of videos to fight sugar cravings. I share with you guys the best advice or the best tips that I personally have used to fight my sugar cravings. And now 20 months later, I promise you guys, I can tell you guys 100% genuinely that I have zero sugar cravings whatsoever. I never crave sugar. I never crave fruits, nothing. Like when I walk by a bakery or when I see people eating a cupcake outside on the streets in New York City, I don't even bat an eye. I don't even have one bad thought. I just move on and live my life. Okay guys, so this is all I'm going to answer for today's video. If you guys have more questions about weight gain, just comment down below and I will reply to your comments as well. You can also tell me a little bit more about you or ask any personal questions on Instagram. Just message me there and I will get back to your messages. So to sum up today's answers and topics that I've discussed, there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to lose weight, with wanting to get lean, to get thin and look good, fit in that beautiful tight dress you have in that closet. There's nothing wrong. However, I really don't think it's the best idea or decision to solely use the carnivore diet for weight loss. I would say a majority of the people who do start the carnivore diet do it for some serious health issues like autoimmune issues, autoimmune diseases that they have been battling with their whole life. A lot of people do it to heal their insulin resistance, their diabetes, because they need to get over their anxiety, their depression. They heal it for mental health issues. So I think we should really evaluate why we want to do the carnivore diet before jumping straight into it and not being able to fully commit or fully feel like it's something worth your time doing. The carnivore diet obviously is quite extreme. You're only eating meat and animal fats and animal organs, seafood. You're not eating any carbs. That's why it's known as the zero carb diet. So I would really do the research and do the evaluating and thinking before jumping into this type of lifestyle. It really is a lifestyle. It's not just another fad diet. And I believe that because I'm 20 months in carnivore and I have never felt this great, this happy, this free, and this mentally healthy in like pretty much my whole life. So I'm very thankful to this diet, to this lifestyle. Weight loss was just a side benefit. It was just a side thing that just so happened along the way. Anyways, please do leave comments down below if this video was helpful, if you have any questions or any feedback you'd like to give me. Guys, thank you so much for watching, for making it this far into the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you guys in the next video. SBG out.